Hey there, it's Leslie. I'm just back from the dog walk, so you have to pardon the look. But I wanted to talk today about the concept of starting before you feel ready. There is rarely a time when we go towards things that are calling to us that we feel really ready. But what gets in our way and what stops us sometimes from often ever doing it, or really creating those delay tactics of procrastination and perfectionism that, oh my god, have I had my own relationship with through the years, is that we kind of think we need to be ready first and we need to feel ready inside. And I've got to say, when I look back on my life, and I really encourage you to do this exercise, if you just take a piece of paper and you write down maybe 3 pivotal experiences in your life, things that were game changers, that delighted you the most, that excited you the most, that really maybe changed the trajectory for you in some way, or, at least to your soul or your spirit, was like a major stepping stone where you kind of, evolved into more of who you're here to be. Those moments, ask yourself, how ready did I feel when they happened? You might have on a very high level felt like, okay, this is meant to be, and you have that kind of awareness a little bit. But on a more emotional, like day-to-day level, personality, ego-wise, you might have been like, holy shit, pardon my French. What did I just say I'd do? What did I just sign up for? Or what am I doing? Or what did I just do? Those, when I look back on my own life, those, and I have my list of top 5 or things, I remember going through those experiences or starting them up and going, oh my God, what did I just say? What did I just agree to? Or what am I doing? And a little bit of that, that feeling like you're on a roller coaster ride. It's exhilarating and it's scary at the same time. And they throw us out of our pattern. Their pattern interrupts, because we can get really used to controlling the way things play out. We get used to our habits and our routines and our, the work we're used to doing, patterns in a relationship, all that stuff. And so, when we make a decision to go for something, it's inevitably, the ducks are not always ever going to be lined up fully, and the times when I thought that they were, I realized that they really weren't, and so the cliche is really true that everything you want is just outside your comfort zone, it's really, really true. And so when you think about starting before you feel ready, you're going to feel uncomfortable, right? You're going to feel uncomfortable and you're going to feel like you are in a lot of uncertainty. And those are actually 2 really good signs that you're onto something. So, I've received some really wonderful messages and feedback on the last few newsletters that I've shared and videos that I've done. And one came from a dear woman I've known for many, many years and I love dearly. And she sent me this text out of the blue saying how I was sharing an article of another friend of hers and saying how she really admired my willingness. I can't remember her exact words, but it was about courage and the courage to be real and put myself out there. And it made me think, that it does take courage for me sometimes, but it takes a lot less courage than it used to when I wasn't passionate about what I was doing, when I was in corporate roles and I needed to be visible and take on leadership roles. And it was really, really painful. It wasn't lining up for me because I wasn't passionate about what I was doing, even though from the outside everything looked pretty good. And so I wanted to share with you something from this book. It's kind of a classic. I guess it was written in the late 90s, called Callings by Greg Levoy. And finding and following an authentic life. And obviously you can tell I've geeked out on it because I'm also doing a little bit of writing and working on an article based on this because this is my passion. This is my calling, is to work with women on what's calling to them and how they can create what's next for them and how to listen to that and how to act on it. And so he writes about courage and taking risks, which is kind of what we're talking about with starting before you feel ready. He says, courage, of course, like risk, is absolutely relative. What is courageous to one person may be faint-hearted to another. Risk is whatever scares you. And it's the threshold we're required to cross before we can lean down to our passions lying dormant and kiss them awake. I love the poeticness of that. So I'm going to read that to you one more time. This sentence: risk is whatever scares you. It is the threshold we're required to cross before we can lean down to our passions lying dormant and kiss them awake. Isn't that beautiful? And they're so correlated that as you begin to re-own, usually it's re-owning, and or discovering your passions and more of your purpose and creating more meaning in your work, in your relationships, in your life, the correlation of your ability to take risks around it just blows up. It's just exponential. It has been in my own life, the more that I lean into that, my passions, and own them and build my life around them more, then the more risk I'm willing to take to step towards them, to stay true to myself, and just to be more expressed in my life. So, and it's definitely when I'm feeling like I'm way in my comfort zone, I'm realizing that I'm in perfectionism, I'm in procrastination, and I need to get that feeling back of, okay, I need to be going towards something and not feel like I'm really ready. I need to have that feeling of, shit, I don't feel ready, but I'm going to do it anyway. So pardon the French today. I wish you a great day. I hope this has been helpful. Okay, bye.